But seriously though, like we've done a lot of work on Contra this past year, and there's so much more to Contra than just like running and gunning. We've done a lot of research on some of the game's mechanics, some of the interesting things about it, and hopefully I'll get to show off some of that.
Did you start the timer?
Yes.
Okay.
Can we turn the sound up?
we can.
Not now, if you don't mind.
Alright.
Alright, so it should come as no surprise that spread is the way to go, but spread is not the best gun for the reason that you might think. The reason why spread is good is not so much because the shots spread, but actually because you can have 10 shots on the screen at once. The other weapons, like the regular pea shooter weapon, you can only have 4, so that's why spread is as good as it is. First boss here is random, whether or not I can point blank him, and I got lucky so I could, so that works well. Shot limits are really critical, so in the base stage, when you shoot, it shoots 5 shots, and it pretty much just like paints the wall. And so if you want to do good, you want to get a stream going, and the way that it works, let's see if I can explain this coherently.
Hey, Mike,
You can have only...
I'm not actually getting a signal on this.
This is good. So you can only have 10 shots on the screen at once. And normally, you have like 2 waves of 5, and it's kind of worthless. But if you kill something... I'll explain it later, actually. Yeah. I'll explain it during the next base stage. That was alright. So what you do is the stuff that you shoot, like the cores and the enemies in the base stages, they're 1 frame in front of the background. And so if you hit something, that means you've got 9 shots on the screen for 1 frame. And so if you shoot during that frame, you can get another shot going in the stream, is the idea. And so the more times that you can do that, the more of like a rhythm or a straight stream you have going of spread, and the faster you can kill the cores in the base stages. I'm going to use safe strats here because it's the marathon. Lame safe strats. I was a little bit close there. Lame safe strats. The boss here, it's possible to kill... He's only vulnerable when he opens his mouth. It's possible to kill him in 1 cycle, but I'm not going to do that, because I suck. But if you kill that other arm... Oh, crap. He opens his mouth faster than he otherwise would. And that's a 3 cycle, which is bad. Before I forget, recently on speeddemosarchive.com, if you go to the game list, David Heidman Jr. recently we recently published a 10-11 Contra run by him. To give you an idea of like what Contra speedrunning is like, the previous time was 10-17 by Freddie Anderson, and it pretty much took 2 years of effort to improve that time by 6 seconds. Like, Contra speedrunning is difficult, and the tricks tend to be like really minor optimizations. Yeah.
One thing you forgot to mention, maybe, is that Heidman sacrificed his right arm for that.
Yeah, and his right arm is like twice as big as his left arm.
He exploded the blood vessel in his forearm while he was doing attempts for that.
He's not actually exaggerating.
No, he actually did. Yeah. It also happened to EXO, apparently. So, speedrunning Contra is no joke.
So while I'm in the base stage, like, you can press the button as fast as you want, but unless you do that manipulation I was telling you about, you're not going to go any faster. So right now I got a good rhythm going, so it's going pretty fast. But if you, like, slack off for, like, even just a little bit, you lose the rhythm because the next time that you shoot, there's going to be a stream of 5 going, and streams of 5 are like worthless because they just paint the wall instead of the core you want to kill. In this boss fight here, there's a trick I found. Of course, I'm not going to do it in the run, but like the boss is only vulnerable when his heads are together. But if you hit him in the last frame where the heads split apart, oh, that's terrible. It screws up the game's vulnerability flag, and you can actually hit them while they're split apart. Man, I'm doing bad.
Nice dodges, though.
Thank you. Can't be good, be flashy. In the snowfields here, there's 2 ways to do this first part. The first way is to kill this gunner in the front by getting a straight stream going, but I'm going to do something different. Something flashier. Which is that. Contra's a bit weird, like every time you jump, when you land you actually lose a frame. Oh, I hate this jump. Safe strats. You can actually jump to get through those turrets without, those grenades without stopping, but it's like frame perfect, like as in, we say like frame perfect, what we mean is that if you jump a 60th of a second too soon, you die, 60th of a second later you get it, and then a 60th of a second after that you die. It's pretty horrific. So I'll show off getting a straight stream of spread here. If I just shoot spread like this, the shots go really wide, but if I shoot a few and then mash, you can get a straight rhythm. The idea is that like when you have you can only have 10 shots on the screen at once, but like let's say that you have like 8. The game gives like priority to spread going in a certain direction, if that makes any sense. So like if you have like 9 shots and you shoot 1, like the shot that's going to come out is going to go straight. And the idea is like you want to manipulate it to get as many shots to go straight as possible, whether you're in the base stages or whether you're trying to hit an enemy that's far away. The wide spread is kind of useless if you're trying to damage something far away really quickly.
Is that spray limit the same in co-op?
In co-op it gets knocked up to 16 instead of the 10.
So we have a couple of new donations. We have $2 from Maltini. Shout out to Base Abencoon, Zasbat, and Aftermath, as well as to all the people who play video games. We have $15 from Quentin Florio. Bravo. Continue like this. We have $15 from Simon St. Pierre. I love you all so gosh darn much. Here or not. We have $20 from Zach Allard,
Nice.
better known as Zallard1.
Yes! Zallard!
Greetings, Mr. K. I'm glad to see the Contra conference is very much alive. I wish you, Herblat, Mike, and Mike luck on your various Contra runs. Also, where is Contra Force?
It's in a box somewhere safe.
Alright, let's see if I can get this. If I can get a spawn here. Come on. Go. Yes! Yes! Okay, yes! Alright, check this out, check this out. You gotta see this. Yes!
It's co-op.
I didn't think I would get that, but I'm really happy I did.
I wasn't aware this kind of CPU's co-op option.
Yeah, it's 2-player, but he was in a blender.
Alright, over here, everything works on what I call a global timer. So, let me explain this when it's safer to do so. I'll probably wait a bit here.
It should be the hard one. There's nothing.
So, everything here is on like a cycle, which runs every 128 frames. So like how the game knows to drop the claws down is there's a timer that's always running, and on certain frames in that timer it will drop the claws down, and everything in the level is on like that timer. So you kind of know like when you can run past all the claws without stopping based on where the timer is, and so you know when the timer is based on when they come down. It's like there's a sequence. And I could probably explain this more coherently at a more convenient time, but whatever.
I can't think of a more convenient time. You're right here.
Ouch. That was really bad that I missed that. It's an 8-frame window, and I totally botched it. But
Eight
they're
frame?
spreading the next. Yeah, it's 8. It's actually 8. It's really generous.
So just to remind everyone, got prizes for the Contra block. Hurlers for R and S, which decimate the game quite well. Our nice running foe.
It was actually an ideal time to die.
It probably was,
Our protagonist,
if ever there was an ideal time to die.
another soldier.
You can get the S gun back in this stage, and that boss isn't really.
And the Pearlers are a $5 buy-in, and this artwork right here is a $10 buy-in.
This level is probably the easiest level,
Yeah.
for sure. Not the case with Super C, though. But yeah, definitely like shoutouts to Heidman for like what he's done with this game. We recently had what we call the Contra conference, which was an attempt to do the Contra games 2-player, and it was really a lot of fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that was an okay run.
Okay, ready for time?
Time.
11:35 or 11:34.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It was worth it for that glitch, though. That glitch was awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we did 2-player runs of all 3 Contra games, and it was amazing. There's a lot of strategy that goes into running Contra games 2-player. The older consoles will actually slow down the game to keep up with the amount of stuff that's happening, so we call that lag. When you have 2 people, you really have to manage the lag well, so there's a lot of strategy that goes into that.